All right. Good evening, scholars. Can everybody see me okay? Time to turn these cameras on and get this night going. If you're doing outstanding today, put a one in the chat. If you're doing good today, put a two in the chat. You know what? I'll take good. Okay, Miss T. I see you putting in the one. Yeah, I'm a one today too. It's an outstanding day. Outstanding day. All right. Well, it is 35 after, so we're gonna go ahead and hop right into it. Thank you, ladies, for being on time. And we're going to hop right into class. Of course, you know. Okay, wait a minute. I'm not going to hop right into class till I get my screens together. All right, now we're going to hop right into class. Hope everybody's doing outstanding today. All right, so of course, you guys know, welcome to Virtual Hospitality and Travel Youth Boot Camp 2025. I am your facilitator this evening, Chef Andre Blassingame. And this is the end of course presentation. So it's going to be extremely important that you have your cameras on the whole time. I know some of y'all like to only put cameras on when we're actually doing something, but I want to see your wonderful faces the entire time for this end of course, because you will not only be giving your presentation, you will also be critiquing your peers' presentation as well and giving some feedback. Okay. Expectations. We always want you to be here. Make sure your camera is on. Participate, and we always want you to grow. Okay? Participate, come prepared, respect your peers, take ownership of your learning. You guys know these student engagement expectations. Okay? We went over this every single class. All right. Now I'm going to go over some of the rules for the end of course. So that you guys will understand the rubric. Well, not the rubric, but the expectations for today. You guys have already seen this in your email several times. We've talked about it at least every other time in the class. But here it is up here on the screen. Can everybody see that in the course final? Plan your dream vacation or create your recipe. Planning a dream vacation, right? The objective of the assignment is to develop your skills in planning a dream vacation. Instructions: choose a destination, select the dream destination, provide a brief explanation, give the duration and travel dates, make sure you have your budget in there, flights and transportation, accommodations, your itinerary, what you're going to be doing day by day, not just the list of activities. Put in there what you're going to do each one of the day, attractions and activities. All right. Anybody need a more thorough review of that? If you do not, put a one in the chat. If you do, put a two in the chat. All right. Do not. So Nicole and Hannah, y'all want a more in-depth? Because one is you don't need it, right? Okay, good. Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking at the twos from my question earlier. My apologies. All right, and the next, of course, is the food dish creation and social media post. All right, you select your food category, do your research and development, create your recipe, the cooking process, document the cooking process, plate presentation, social media post. Okay? Anybody need a review? If you do not need a review, put a one in the chat. If you do need some more review, put a two in the chat. Excellent. Excellent. I am recording. Awesome. All right, so I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Make sure I am recording this. All right. So as we always do, we want to see if we will have a volunteer who would like to go first. Going to give a 5-second countdown, and if you don't choose yourself, I will randomly volunteer you. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No volunteers? All right, Nicole, then you get to go first. Because you were the first one to chime in today, and it makes it easier for me to remember. So tell us which project you chose, 1 or 2, and then present your project.
I did the first one.
Okay, you did travel itinerary. All right, do you have your PowerPoint ready?
I requested.
It should allowed you already. All right. Now you should be able to share.
So I'm doing South Korea.
South Korea. All right.
So
Continue.
why South Korea? South Korea is a fascinating place to explore with rich culture and history. They offer excellent cuisines and are renowned for their affordable services for tourists. The duration and travel dates for this one is from August 5th to 21, where we'll be traveling to different cities in Seoul, South Korea, which is Seoul, Busan, and Incheon. And each day will be 5 days, and then we'll spend one more day in Seoul so we can get back to the airport. And overall, it should be around $2,640 and around $165 a day. Some safety and health regulations would be that citizens need to have a valid passport with at least 6 months remaining and at least 1 to 2 pages blank, updated on vaccinations, and also bring prescribed drugs to carry for personal use, and also carry the original prescription with a letter from the doctor specifying the medical condition.
Okay.
Some flights and transportation. So I chose the United Airline and it would be August 5th. It would be economy. And for economy, it would be $1,171 a round trip from the EWR, which is New York, New Jersey, to Seoul, which is ICN for the airport code. And the flight would take around 20 hours. We would arrive the next day in Korea at around 2 a.m. And for transportation, I decided to take public transportation because within the city it's around $2.50 for like around the city, but for trains to another city it's around $35. And I would do this because it would be affordable and possibly save time. For accommodations for Seoul, I decided to do a hostels, and it's basically for this one it's $18 a night per person if sharing a room with 3 other people, and includes an all-you-can-eat breakfast. So, and then with that, for lunch and dinner, I decided to include the Ashley buffet, which is around $15 for every meal time. For Busan, I decided to do the Airtel, a hotel there, and which is $12 a night, sharing a room with 1 other person. And also just did the Ashley buffet, which is for breakfast, lunch, and dinner because of their wide variety of food. And then for for okay, for Incheon, I chose the Gold Coast Hotel, which is around $25 a night per person, and then also did the Ashley buffet too, because they're around the area in South Korea, and which is really convenient and affordable. For the itinerary, I did an overall spreadsheet. I tried to incorporate where like museums were for 2 museums like during like between breakfast to lunch, because I thought that it would take more time. And so then we, instead of spending so much time in one museum, because I thought that would get boring. And then I tried later on to have something like exploring, like for day 8, I thought like some cat cafes, and then the next day pig cafes. So I tried to like incorporate like fun and like adventurous like daily like itineraries. And then here, like this is later on for each city, but then like I try to also include beaches too, so it's more relaxing. Some attractions and activities overall. I like I said before, I included a lot of museums from each place. I also tried including um palaces from each place, and also like secret gardens, and then also included beaches and also like culture villages. So then to learn more about its history and South Korea's history, because I believe that it's important to learn about like a country's history, and especially like a museum is a great place because it's just like all the information with the artifacts, and it's museums are like built for learning new things and history. Some places that must be visited would be the museums and beaches, because the museum offers a history through of their country through important objects and events, which is should be respected. And the beaches is a great way to relax and have fun. Reflection. Okay. Through this project, I've learned how hard and time consuming planning a trip can be. Some challenges I experienced doing this project was finding attractions and planning the itinerary, since I had to take time and make sure to like the itinerary was like it took a lot of time. It took a lot of time, and that was fun. You could visit, you can explore instead of like just short activities. And how I overcame this was by searching online for tourist attractions that include museums, beaches, and mountains. The assignment enhanced my understanding of travel planning, as skills like organization, patience, and determination is needed for something like this. And I said that this would be important. These are important skills to avoid any problems. And that's it.
Awesome. Okay, Nicole, you did take some time to put in this, and you definitely want me to. I'm definitely going to Seoul now. I mean, $12 a night rooms that include the food. You know, I never really thought of going to South Korea until just now. Yeah, I was like, wow, $12 rooms and you get lunch. I mean, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Impressive, impressive. Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna give you some feedback. Presentation was good. It was definitely thorough, and I love the fact that you didn't go through each and every one of the attractions, but I do love the fact that you had a detail for every single day, right? I mean, that was probably one of the most thorough that I've seen in the years we've been teaching this class. So kudos to you in doing that. And I actually hope that you take that trip. I think you really need to plan to take that trip because you took time to put that trip together. And make sure you send it to me via email so I can use it when I take my trip to Seoul. All right. Because I'm going to follow your entire itinerary and videotape it and send it back to you. Presentation was great. I would have preferred a little bit less reading and a little bit more of you speaking, but you read very naturally where it sounds like you speaking. So that's always a benefit. When I was in school, it was a contest that was called extemporaneous speaking. And what you had to do is you had to know all the hot topics that are out. And then you had about 5 minutes to put together a presentation that needed to sound like you, and you had to pick a side, whether you were for or against whatever the topic was, almost like debate. And so you did that well. So kudos to you. Um, Enjoyed it, and I want to learn more about South Korea now. I appreciate you. All right, so we're gonna open up the floor. Miss Tiana, I see you came on camera. You want to give us some feedback?
This is such a small crowd. I figured I'd help out a little bit. Good job, Nicole. You did a great job on that. I think you read well, but a little fast, just a bit fast. But I was probably just nervousness. I understand that. I get the same way. But otherwise, it was very detailed. I liked it. I might even consider that one day in the future, taking a trip to South Korea. um, and you included a lot of things, so we know what to look for, what we can do while we're there. You didn't leave us wondering, well, what's going on in Korea. So I really enjoyed it. Good job.
Excellent. Thank you, Miss T. Peer feedback. Liv, your thoughts.
Hello?
Yes.
Okay. I thought it was good. Just like the only thing is like, just sit down here or presenting. Do it so like, everybody's able to kind of comprehend what you're saying. You know what I mean? It's like it was very quick. It's good to have a quick presentation. Just like, just slow it down a little bit. Other than that, it was pretty good.
Appreciate you there, Hannah.
I love the way that you formatted your presentation. I would just say slow it down. I know because you're nervous and stuff, like you want to read fast and get it over with, but I really loved how you put everything on the presentation that you need and how you color coded everything based on the day with your itinerary. That was really cool.
Appreciate you. And see, for somebody who speaks fast, I didn't even catch that because I talk fast when I give presentations, you know. So I appreciate the rest of you, wonderful people, saying, "Hey, she needs to slow down," because for me the pace was on. I'm ready. Let's go. You know, had me excited to go to Seoul. That's what's up. All right. Thank you so much, Nicole. How about you? What do you think of your presentation?
I took a lot of time on it, so I was like really hoping it was good.
Well, you did what you definitely did well. I mean, you hit. I'm actually have to go back and watch the video because I don't think you missed anything that was in the outline. So I'm gonna go back and look at my rubric one more time and make sure. Since you were talking so fast, I couldn't keep up. Right. So no, I'm just kidding. Excellent job. Appreciate you, Nicole. Appreciate you. All right, Miss Olivia, you ready?
Yeah, I am.
All right.
So,
I need your camera though.
oh yeah, sorry about that. I'm currently on my phone, and I don't know why, but like whenever I'm in Zoom, like it connects to my Mac, and my Mac is currently broken. So, sorry if I don't have my camera on for right now.
Okay.
But I'm gonna get it fixed. But um, basically, I'm just gonna be talking about what I will be cooking. So I came up with this recipe inspired by you actually, and it's going to be three different types of salad. Since we already went over, you know, salad and cutting things up in the kitchen and all that stuff, and since we're going to Costa Rica, I wanted to make a salad with three different ingredients. Well, matter of fact, no, two technically, but it's gonna be three different types of salad. You know what I mean? So, like I said, since we're going to Costa Rica, I wanted to make a salad with garbanzo beans, which are chickpeas, and they're used in a lot of Costa Rican dishes, like
Yes.
garbanzo bean soup, and it's a popular bean soup, which is a tradition in Costa Rican dishes, and is basically packed with a lot of protein and fiber, often containing ingredients like shredded chicken, tomatoes, carrots, and chickpeas. Another Another ingredient that I will be using in one of my salads are beets, which are used in some Latin dishes, and it's something that my mom really loves. So I took inspiration from that as well. And another salad that I will be making is the one that we actually cooked in the class before, just regular cucumber, tomatoes, onions. You know what I mean? And it's very easy to make. I wanted to make salad. I just wanted to make something that's quick and easy, you know what I mean? And also adding different versions of different tastes and nutritional values. They're very easy to make. And I also wanted to have different flavors, you know, and different cultures for people. You know, I just wanted to mix things up a little bit when it came to cooking. And that's basically what I will be cooking. I haven't submitted the video yet, but yeah, that's basically the information.
Okay. Are you going to be able to submit the video before this class is over?
Is it okay if, matter of fact, I'm not sure because I don't
Okay.
as of right now, I don't really have all of the ingredients right now in my camera. I still need to fix that. And my mom, I'll be using her laptop. I'm not sure if she's using it right now, but when I have all the ingredients, I will submit the video.
Okay. Well, we'll give you feedback once you submit the video.
Thank
Okay.
you
So
so
you know
much.
we can't see you. All right. Excellent. And last but certainly not least, Hannah, you ready?
Yes, I just need to get my
Hold on, let me.
up.
You should have screen sharing capabilities.
Mm.
Whenever you're ready.
Sorry, I just need to. There's something up with my settings that won't allow me to screen share. Hold on. Never used this before. I'm struggling a little bit. Sorry.
Not a problem. Uh-oh.
Can you see it?
I see I see the screen.
Me,
I don't see the
actually.
all
Can you
right,
see
dream
it?
vacation. I see it.
Okay. So this is my dream vacation. The destination is, I'm actually not sure how to pronounce that, but it is in Hawaii. I chose this precisely on the fact that Hawaii is rich in culture, food, and it's affordable. Um, there's a lot of crystal clear water, waterfalls, and a lot of movies were shot there, so I feel like it will be like a nice experience to go there. Um, the duration of the travel would be 7 days and 6 nights from July 20th to July 26th because of summer
Quick
break
question.
and Mhm.
Are you scrolling through your slideshow?
Yes.
Okay, because we can't see it. All we see is dream vacation on the first page.
Oh, I'm
So
so
click at the
sorry.
top where it says slideshow.
Okay.
And then I think it's not presenter view. Um,
Mm,
it should be an option to share it full screen because the only thing it is sharing is just your one screen, nothing that you're scrolling through.
Oh, I'm so
There
sorry
we
about that.
go.
This is the first time I'm using screen share. Oh, you can see it?
I can see the next page that you flip to. Yep,
When I click
we
on
can see the whole thing.
slideshow, you can see it? Sorry.
Yes, right
Let
now we're
me
looking
go
at
back.
duration and travel dates.
I switched to the explanation as to why I wanted to go. Can you see that?
No,
Yeah, I don't think it's because slideshow usually at the bottom it has like the arrows so you can keep clicking. It looks like you're in the notes section. Um
Mm,
probably hit escape.
sorry about that.
No, you're okay.
yeah.
You can see it?
We can see
The only
just the
problem is
duration and travel dates slide.
yeah, I'm trying to go
If
to
you
the rest of the slides. Sorry. I don't Can you see it
okay.
now?
Now we see the rest of the
All right,
slides on yeah,
let's do it
okay.
that way.
This is
All right,
better.
so start back here. Yeah, start back here to Oahu.
Okay. So I want to travel to Oahu because of the rich culture, the different things that are there, like visiting Honolulu or the beaches or Pearl Harbor for the food, and it's also affordable. For the duration of the time, it would be 7 days to 6 nights, July 20th to July 26th, because of summer break, no school, good weather, avoiding holidays for lower prices, and going July means that there's great weather. I have a table for the budget. So flight would be $620 from EWR, which is Newark, to Honolulu. Accommodations would be 210, and I would be going to a shared hostel for 6 nights, which would be $50 per night. Transportation would be $80. With Uber or public transportation, activities and attractions would be 250, hikes, entry fees. Drinks would be 180 with groceries, and then we'd sometimes go out to eat, which would be $15 per meal. We'll try to keep it to that. Souvenirs and extras would be $60, and then the total spent would be 1,400. For the flight, we'd go from either United or Hawaiian, and then it would be 620 round trip in economy. Oh, sorry, I have some slides that repeated. I'm so sorry about that. Accommodations, we would go to the beachside hostel or similar, and then total would be $50 times 6 because and then $300 split 3 ways for the 3 people that I would be going with, $100 per person. And then I have a day-by-day itinerary, and first we would check into the hostel, then explore around, going on hikes or to beaches, snorkeling, and then visit some more historical type places. And then must visit attractions, Diamond Head, Pearl Harbor, the beaches for snorkeling, and then North Shore for the culture and food trucks. And then for safety, it would be recommended to carry sunscreen, hats, reusable water to stay hydrated. And um, reflection for this, I didn't have it in the slides, but I do have it in my notes. I'm sorry about that. Um,
Well, tell me
by
your reflection
choosing
from this project.
by choosing a shared hostel, public transit, and budgeting around essentials, this plan slashes costs by approximately $600 per person without sacrificing quality experiences. The real challenge was balancing affordability and flexibility. Opting for public transport over car slightly limits remote access, but stays faithful to the cost effectiveness. And this taught me how planning, early booking, and smart transportation choices, prioritizing free or low cost attractions can yield a rich, sustainable travel experience without breaking the bank. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So, Tiana, you want to be the first to get some feedback? Yep, I'm gonna let you go first because I got to pull up another application. So,
Sure. I thought it was great, Hannah. You did an amazing job. The detail that goes into that. So, fun fact for you guys, don't y'all tell nobody, I'll know. I've never planned a trip. So, you're a step ahead of me. Um, I really just appreciated the work that went into your planning, and it was very detailed. I've always wanted to go to Hawaii, so I'm down for that trip too. But very good job. Couple of bumps, but nothing to be ashamed of. Things happen. It was a great presentation. So thank you.
excellent. Pierce, Liv, you want to give some feedback? No? All right, Nicole?
I loved how organized your slides were and how when you were talking and presenting, it was really easy to follow along with your slides.
Anna, how do you think you did?
I kind of struggled in the beginning with connecting the slides, and then I feel like I stuttered a little bit. But besides that, and like just being nervous, I feel like I did okay.
I agree. I mean, you did well. Public speaking is difficult, even to a small crowd or a large crowd. And just the ability to put the itinerary together and execute it to the best of your ability. I mean, there's adults that still can't do it. you know, so I applaud you for that. Only question that I had was make sure you proofread and go back over it. Not question, suggestion. When you're presenting anything, make sure you proofread it or have somebody else go back and proofread it. Because in your first slide of accommodations, you put it was $210, but it was 6 nights at $50, which is $300. Now, in your next slide, further down in accommodations, you had the right pricing, right? But in the first part of it, I was like, how you get 210 out of 6 days at $50? I was like, am I missing something? So I said, you know what? I'm not going to interrupt you. I'm going to ask at the end. But other than that, presentation was well. All right. And so we do have one more presentation that was sent in. And I'm hoping that I can get this video to play correctly. Let me see if I can find where I did with it. Hold on one second, bear with me one moment. All right, let me share my screen. All right, so this is Mr. Prince, Stephen Prince. He had a basketball engagement he couldn't get out of. And so he sent his video in, I don't know, maybe about 5-6 hours ago. And so I'm going to play the video for you, and then I'll show you his slideshow presentation, and then we'll give him some critique and feedback because he said he's going to watch this once it's done. Okay, can everybody see the screen? Everybody see the video? Let me know if you can hear it. Give me a thumbs up, Hannah.
Doing well. So, my name is Stephen Prince, and today I'm going to share my dream trip to Tokyo, Japan. I'll talk about why I picked Tokyo, how I planned it, and what I want to do there, what I want to do when I get there, and what I learned from putting this all together. So I'm going to share that. So, you may ask why I picked Tokyo. I picked Tokyo because it's a place where old culture and modern life come together. You can see temples, then walking through streets full of lights and people. I've always loved anime, Japanese food, and how clean it is. Places like Shibuya Crossing and Tokyo Skytree really stood out to me. Okay, so this is the dates and trips length, how long I'm gonna stay there. I planned this trip for 10 days and 9 nights. I will go from July 15th to July 24th. I chose these dates because that's when Japan has cool summers, festivals, and fireworks. It's also a good time for nice weather and cheaper flights. Alright, so I'm gonna share my budget. My budget is $3,500. I split it between flights, hotels, food, getting around, fun things to do, and souvenirs. I gave more money to food and activities because those are the parts I enjoy the most. So these are the flights and how I'm getting around. I will fly from New York to Tokyo, which takes about 14 hours. I'll use Japan Airlines or ANA. They're safe and have good service. In Tokyo, I'd use a train card called Suica and the Japan Rail Pass. These trains are fast and easy to use. So this is where I stay. I stay in a budget hotel or capsule hotel. They're clean, they're safe, and in a good spot like Shinjuku. I don't know how to pronounce it properly, but it's a capsule hotels are small but cool and high tech. It fits the Tokyo vibe and it helps save money. And my day to day plan. Here's my plan for each day. I made time to visit fun places, try good food, and also relax. I go to Disneyland and check out templates, shops, and even take a trip to the the famous Mount Fuji, the famous Mount Fuji. I didn't want to rush, so I kept each day simple. And these are the places I really want to see. 3 places. The Tokyo treetop, because it's super tall and has amazing view. The Sensoji Temple, I don't know if I pronounced that right, but it's the oldest temple in Tokyo. And the last one, Team Lab Planets. It's like walking through glowing art. It's really beautiful. Okay. And I would say I also want to visit smaller spots that most tourists miss, like cute neighborhoods with vintage shops and cafes. So safety and health. Tokyo is very safe. but it's still smart to be careful. I carry some cash and rent some Wi-Fi so I can use maps and I could follow the rules like taking off shoes indoors and being quiet on trains. Japanese is a really respectful place, so I'll do the same. And this is what I learned. Planning this trip taught me a lot. I learned how to make a budget, plan my days, and think about cultures and safety. It made me feel more ready to travel for a real day. I had fun planning this. I had fun building this plan, and now I'm even more excited to see the world. And that's my presentation. I'm gonna send you guys the Google Slides on email, and I'm gonna show you this cute template I created. All right, bye.
All right, Peter, feedback. And I'll start with you this time.
I would say it was good. I didn't really see the slides, so I don't have much to
Oh,
go
I
off.
shared them on the screen. Y'all didn't see them? Okay, well then that is completely my fault because I thought I had switched screens so that y'all can see the slides. Hold on 1 second while you continue. I honestly thought, I thought I was doing something and didn't do it.
I thought you were waiting until after and then you were going to share the slide.
No, I was
I
doing
would have
it.
said
I was
something.
doing
I'm
it
sorry.
listen. It's okay. See, here I'll share it with you. The video was supposed to not stop playing, but stop showing. And I was literally going through the slides as he was talking. Y'all see it? Okay. Well, then that is my mistake. But at least we got his video recorded. So, but I did have the slides. So every time he talked, I clicked through the slides. But continue, Hannah. Sorry about that.
I would just say instead of reading like everything that he put on the slides, just go off of like the actual essentials so that we don't get, I don't know how to word it, but like stuck on what he's saying and more of just like be able to follow the slides and understand what he means.
Gotcha. I agree. That was one of my comments I was going to make. Liv, how about you? Olivia, did you just check completely out on me?
No, I'm helping my mom with something. I'm sorry.
It's all good. Your thoughts, feedback.
On the on Stevens, right? Yeah, it was
Correct.
I feel like yeah, because I heard his. So making sure I didn't miss anything. But so far Stevens, to be honest, I feel like he could have projected a bit more. I feel like he wasn't as confident in his words. Like it didn't really come as natural to him. Like it just felt like he was thinking more than he was speaking, you know what I mean? And I feel like he probably should have practiced more before recording. But yeah, it was okay. Just a little bit more to improve on when it comes to speaking. Just let the words flow. You shouldn't have to think that much when you're presenting. You know, just let the words come out. Because the more you think, the more you will mess up, and that's the part that I just want him to know.
Awesome. Good feedback. Good feedback. Nicole?
Yeah, I think Hannah and Liv already said it, but I think I like how like he was really passionate about the trip and how he connected it to like what he liked himself.
Very nice. Tiana, you got anything? You don't have to say anything.
I would agree with what everyone said already. And for me, I'm a visual person, so I would have enjoyed more pizzazz to the presentation. Just a little bit more color, you know, a little artsy, a little bit of something extra to kind of lighten it up. If we were looking at it, it basically we could have just read it on our own. But it was a very good effort, despite the fact that he couldn't be with us. So, you know, I think he still did very good, and he made it up well, for not being there. But yeah, I could have just used a little more color.
Right. That was one thing
Yeah.
I was going to think. When looking at the video, the energy needed to be there, just like Liv said, and Hannah and Nicole also agreed. Getting the wordplay together. Instead
Yeah.
of reading it, because even if I had clicked through the slides, I mean, he said exactly what was on the slides. So
Yeah.
you guys didn't miss anything besides black letters on white canvases, right? So, and his presentation reflect his visual presentation. It was pretty much the same thing, but I applaud the effort, even though he couldn't be there. I mean, he sent a text way earlier today, saying he could do it, and I was like, okay. Now he also could have, because this is recorded, do a video without the Under Armour sweatband, right? I know he's on the way to basketball practice, but those are just my personal reflections of that. So, I applaud each and every one of you. I'm glad that you showed up to the end of course. You were able to present what you could present. I know Liv and her family are dealing with some issues, in the home with water. So I can understand there's a little leniency with emergencies. So, but I'm excited, and I thank each and every one of you. You did absolutely great. Taking the time to do it. I hope you learned something great from this class. Your presentations actually let me know that you were paying attention to the end of course, and you were paying attention to the things that were required, and you took time to outline and plan these trips and really put some thought and effort into it. So I applaud you, and I thank you for that. So we are now at the end of course. There is, you know what? I do need to give you guys. I knew it was something I forgot. There's an end of course survey. And bear with me 1 second. My my co-leader, she had something she had to take care of this evening. And this is usually her lane. Want to make sure.
Yeah,
Okay, so
I
what
could
I'm
have
going to
stepped in for you had I known. Um, I don't know where it is.
yes, so that is the thing on my part, is when Chastity told me she had this last minute thing to come up, I forgot to pull it up. So what I'm going to do is, youth, I'm going to send it to you via email, and I'm actually going to put it in the WhatsApp as well. Here in a few minutes, once I find the link for you guys to give a recap overview of the entire course. I hope you learned something. I hope you took something away from it. I hope it has been absolutely, a uplifting knowledge class, that it wasn't boring, that you enjoyed yourself, and that you would invite other scholars to come join in the summer H&T, because S.O.A.R is built on these particular classes. I know you guys, if some of you have and haven't been to the business and entrepreneurship, which is actually an extension of S.O.A.R Hospitality and Travel ILC, right? And so I'm excited you guys are here. Please tell another scholar. We do have more classes coming up in the fall and the spring. Again, we would love to have your peers. We would love for you to come back and maybe mentor the next person, or maybe even, try your hand at getting in. And for my students that are going to Costa Rica, we're about to have an absolutely fabulous time. Be studied up on your previous presentations from B&E and H&T, because you will be presenting those while we're in Costa Rica to fellow high school students. So if you're afraid to speak now, go on to shake it off. Just going to shake it off. And we're going to build it up and practice together. So with that being said, I will send that H&T course evaluation in the WhatsApp and also via email. If you would please fill that out, get it back to us so we can have an adequate, your take on how well the course went. And then on Tuesday, we will have our virtual graduation. We will announce everyone that is graduation and possibly the top scholar, which will be announced at our gala in December at the end of the year. Okay, which means you'll have an opportunity to come to the gala dressed to impress. It is a black tie affair. We have a lot of fun. There will be food. There will be awards given away, and the top scholar actually receives a cash reward and a few other little tidbits and great things that happen, for the top scholars. They've given it out in all of our cohorts across the board. So we will have our graduation on Tuesday, July 1st. Gosh, it's already July. July 1st. And you will be getting emails and everything else. So make sure you come. You can invite your family, friends, neighbors. Pets are welcome as well. It's all virtual, right? So, but definitely December 13th is when we will have the gala. We'll be on the Ruckus campus in Newark, New Jersey. So you should get plenty of information about that to register in time for it. And we definitely want to have you there. So with that being said, does anybody have any questions, comments, and concerns before we end tonight's ACC end of course? Ms. Tiana, you have anything before we log off?
Okay, when I can figure out how to unmute. Just great job. Appreciate your participation for the duration of the cohort, and maybe we can see you in the future.
Fantastic. Well, thank you, Ms. T, and thank you, scholars. Remember, once soar, always soar. Remember, continue to soar. I appreciate you guys, and y'all have an absolutely fabulous evening and the rest of the week. Talk with you
Bye,
later.
guys. Take care.